Hi, my name is Tyson. In this Ignite, I will be telling you how volcanoes affect the environment. I chose to do how volcanoes affect the environment because I want to know how the environment changes. Volcanoes change life for humans and animals. Volcano eruptions are a big concern for animals because the lava can ruin their habitats. However, volcanoes can clear out old land to make new land. Whenever volcanoes erupt, the effect can take out houses and even humans. Stratovolcanoes have pyroclastic flows. Pyroclastic flows from stratovolcanoes can cause the temperature to become colder and block out sun rays. Some volcano effects are not a bad thing. For example, volcanoes can recycle the old oceanic crust into new land on the continent. I was reading an article on volcanoes and I found out that some geologists believe that billions of years ago, volcanoes fed by subduction created every bit of land there is to this day. I really enjoyed researching on volcanoes' effects on the environment. The fun part about researching was getting to write out all the information I learned. I hope you enjoyed listening to my research. Thank you for listening to my Ignite.
Hi, my name is Oliver. Today I'm going to teach you about hurricane safety, hurricane management, and hurricane prevention. So what are you waiting for? Hope you enjoy. When I was looking for hurricane safety, I came across a website called Weather with His Kids, and here's some facts I learned. Did you know that you should have your car filled up with gas so if you have to evacuate, you can? When I was looking for hurricane measurement, I found out there's a lot of measurement for hurricanes. Did you know that sometimes hurricane hunters drop weather instruments called drop wind soundings, which measure temp, air pressure, and wind speed? When I was looking for hurricane prevention, I came across a website called Top 10 Prevention Facts on Hurricanes. One fact I learned was that you can put clips on your roof so the roof does not blow away. In conclusion, I learned a lot about hurricane management, prevention, and safety. It is very important to know all the things I said because if you're having a hurricane one day, you might need them. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Emma. When I was studying hurricanes, I found that in all the books I read, there are so many facts about how hurricanes form. Over time, I was intrigued and decided to do research. For a hurricane to form, the temperature has to at least be 80 degrees. The hotter it is, the more destructive a hurricane can be. The worst hurricanes occur in the middle of September because the ocean surface is the warmest. Hurricanes form when warm, moist air over water begins to rise, and then condenses and turns into big thunderstorms. Then the thunderstorms begin to rotate. A storm surge is when the hurricane picks up water and pushes water over land and can flood one home to a whole city. In Hurricane Katrina, a storm surge went up to 30 feet. A storm surge is also the most destructive part of a hurricane because it pushes water inland and can also be very windy. For me, my research was the hardest part of the process. I used Kittle and Epic. Remember, hurricanes can be dangerous and scary, but can also be cool. Hopefully, you've learned a lot about hurricanes from this presentation. Thank you for watching my Ignite.
Hi, my name is Ian Beg. Do you ever wonder what happens to marine life during the progression of a tsunami? Well, my Ignite about how tsunamis affect marine life underwater is going to answer it. I wonder, what happens to the junk in the ocean? Can brain coral be destroyed? I'm curious about what happens to everything during the progression of a tsunami. Tsunami currents increase strongly in shallow water, where weaker corals can be broken by the force of a tsunami. Fish and marine life are sometimes stranded on land after they are carried by the currents to shore. Tsunami currents also move sand from the beach onto coral reefs, burying low-lying corals. However, the damage often varies greatly from place to place with distance away from the shore. Throughout my research, we learned that sometimes tsunamis affect, for example, corals, are buried and destroyed by the currents of a tsunami. Something I really enjoyed learning about is how tsunamis can wash marine animals onto shore. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Eli, and when I was studying volcanoes, I saw a website with effects of volcanoes on people in the area. I knew that it would change a person's life forever. When the news announces a warning of an eruption, people get worried and evacuate. That changes their life because they have to leave behind stuff that is important to them. The vent is the place where a volcano erupts. Away from the vent, the gases quickly become diluted by air. One time, I took a helicopter tour over the Big Island. I saw volcanoes and volcano vents. The effect of an eruption will have on a nearby city could vary from no damage at all to catastrophic damage. Atmospheric conditions may carry ash away from the city. When I started researching volcanoes, I knew I would need a research platform. I chose to use a website called Key Facts About Volcanic Eruptions. Thank you for listening to my Ignite.
Hi, I'm Zach. I read a passage on destructions of hurricanes. It was amazing. Today I will be telling you about the physical damage before and after a hurricane. I chose this research question because there were so many sad and harmful destructions in the United States that I wanted to learn more about. For example, Hurricane Sandy in Staten Island. Many roads can turn into rivers and we can't get around. Houses also get knocked down. Imagine if there's an emergency, how do we get around? Cities can go completely underwater and we could have blackouts. When I did my research, I used Epic Books. Epic is a reading company around the world. I read many books about hurricanes that happened very close to Scarsdale. I found many good research questions. There are many dangerous things about a hurricane, so you should pay attention to the weather, listen to the news, and if they tell you to evacuate, then leave. So be aware and stay safe.
Welcome to my night on Hurricane Sandy. I'm going to tell you about the hurricane, my personal experience, and answer the question, why was Hurricane Sandy so destructive when it was only a Category 2 storm? In preparing for this speech, I spent a lot of time reading books on Epic and then searching the internet. I also asked my parents and my grandparents about their experience. I was 1.5 when Hurricane Sandy hit. I lived in Manhattan and my parents said the wind swayed my building a lot. My grandparents' house on Long Island was flooded with 5 feet of water from storm surge and they lost power for over 2 weeks. Hurricane Sandy was so strong because it was 1,000 miles wide. It was slow moving, giving it extra time to destroy things as it moved. It was fueled by the warm ocean water and cold air, which also brought snow. Sandy's storm surge was high because it was high tide when it hit. All the reasons I just described made Hurricane Sandy one of the most destructive storms to ever hit America, even though it was only a Category 2. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Mia. One time I was researching and I came upon something that I was interested in. How do hurricanes form? I wanted to learn more about it. Then I wondered if there's something that makes hurricanes even more extreme. Eventually, I put the two together and I got a research question. How do hurricanes become extreme? Hurricanes form over warm water. The air's moisture condenses into cloud drops. This releases heat, which makes the air rise faster and further. Air coming then replaces the rising air, causing wind to blow. When the wind reaches 74 miles an hour, it becomes a hurricane. Next, I started to research if there's something that makes hurricanes more extreme. Soon I found my answer. The warm air powers the hurricane. The faster the wind is, the more dangerous hurricanes are. It's all about the wind speed. Although hurricanes are powered by warm water, the famous Hurricane Sandy switched from being powered by warm water to being powered by warm water and cold air. That made Hurricane Sandy increase in size a lot. Google and the book Hurricane by Elizabeth Rum was really helpful for information. Epic Books also helped me. Sometimes it was hard to gather information, but in the end, I was really proud. I loved working with my group and I learned a lot. Thanks for listening.
Hi everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about the magnitude of a tsunami damage. How I figured out my research question was when I was reading my friend Nicholas' question, which is, what is the magnitude of a tornado damage? I immediately thought, what is the magnitude of tsunami damage? Google and Epic were a lot of help. I started by doing a plain Google search. It told me, usually it takes a magnitude of 7.5 to make a destructive tsunami. More than 80% of the world's tsunamis happen on the Ring of Fire subduction zones. I started by researching the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire is a ring along the Pacific Ocean, which is home to most of the subduction zones and earthquakes. A subduction zone is when the oceanic crust goes under the continental crust. In summary, it takes a tsunami with a 7.5 magnitude to make a lot of damage. The highest magnitude ever recorded was 8.3 in the Alaska tsunami. It made roads to break, cars to sink. Thank you for listening to my Ignite. Stay healthy and safe.
Hello, my name is Cindy. For my extreme weather Ignite, I was assigned to do research on tsunamis. During my research, I found an interesting article, so I read it. At the heading of the page, it said, how to be prepared for a tsunami. I felt like this was something worth researching on and spending time on. Tsunamis are a deadly big wave. For your safety, follow the instructions. First, you want to go to higher areas. But if you can't get there in time, go use the stairs to get to high ground. Also, do not go to coastal areas to watch a tsunami. Tsunamis are dangerous. If you get outside in time, just remember tsunamis can last for a long time. It lasts hours and hours. People need many things during these waters. Food, water, clothing, and much more. Now I'm going to tell you what you need during a tsunami. Food is very important. Canned food and protein bars are needed. Water is important too. A gallon of water per person is a very acceptable amount. And last, shelter is a tent and some wool sleeping bags. These are the 3 most important things you'll need during a tsunami. I really enjoyed making this presentation. I learned many things I never knew before. I'm proud of all the research I did. I used online articles to get my information. It really helped. And last, thank you for listening to my Ignite.
Hi, my name is Sam. My research question is, what are some of the most significant tsunamis and their impact? I chose that question because a lot of books talk about big tsunamis, and it was very interesting to learn. Information that I learned was that tsunamis can travel 500 to 800 kilometers or less per hour. The tallest tsunami is 1,720 feet tall. One of the biggest tsunamis ever was the Boxing Day tsunami. It hit parts near Thailand and traveled over 500 miles per hour. People only got a few minutes to react. The Boxing Day tsunami changed Earth's rotation and reached a city named Banda Aceh. The Boxing Day tsunami got its name because it hit land on December 26, a holiday celebrated in Canada called Boxing Day. The Boxing Day tsunami killed over 230,000 people. My research process was reading online books. I read on Epic and Kindle, 2 websites with online books. On Kindle, I found a lot of articles about the Boxing Day tsunami. Thank you for watching my Ignite.